here is a presentation on the major and the minor pentatonic scales. So the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic here are presented with the same exact shape. A minor pentatonic is 1 flat at 3, 4, 5 flat at 7, 1 with scale degrees, and C major pentatonic is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are the same scale in terms of notes, but they have different tonal centers, so they have different names, which makes them different scales, because when you play them and you play with one note being the tonal center, meaning as you're playing your melodies, you're coming back to that note or creating patterns and leading patterns from that note and back to that note, it's going to give you a different type of sound and a different type of tonality. But if you've looked at music long enough now, you see that there are chords and scales that have all the same notes, but they have different names due to their inversion. And so these are modal differences of the same scale. One's major, one's minor. But they do have a different set of scale degrees, because based on the 1, this would be a flat 3, but if this is a 6, this is a 1. So the point of this presentation, though, is to show you how an easy way, whether it be major or minor pentatonic, to produce all the patterns of it. The major or minor pentatonic, I'll just, for the rest of the video, just call it the pentatonic scale, can be broken up into 2 sections. And one of those sections is this 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2. Of course, if it were minor, it'd be 4, 5 flat of 7 flat of 3, 4. For the rest of the video, I'm just going to call this the 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2. This pattern is always going to be preceded by this pattern right here, because after the 1 would come the 3, or after the 2 would come the 3, and after the 1 would come to 2. So you're going to see this followed by this, followed by this, followed by this. And the only thing that's going to, obviously I'm not putting it directly on the frets right now, but what I'm saying is it's just a continuous pattern of this and this, 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 this. So now we got to line it up appropriately with the frets. So when we're in this position here, this is going to be like this, just as we had written, and then it's easy to find where this note is back here. But so let's now take this and connect it to its octave right here. We'll do it on this one. So now we've got the same thing. We've got to take these up because that's the B string. So it's still the 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, but it looks different because of the tuning of the guitar, only because of the tuning of the guitar. Now, since this is the 1 and the 2, this gives us a link over here. Well, what comes after the 1, or what comes after the 2? It would be the 3, so it would be this pattern. And here we see the 1 and the 3 are next to each other, but that's only because that's the B string. So normally this would look like this. So now we've got a pattern of the pentatonic that starts here right on the 1. So now we can see that our 2 is right there. So if we take this pattern right here, we can shift everything like that, and then once again, what follows this, didn't mean to do that, is this, but this and this have hit the B string, so has to stay there. Now, of course, after this follows the 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, but all we need is one string, and there we are. So now we've created all these patterns just based on these two chunks of the scale, the 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, and the 3, 5, 6, 1. Like I said, they're constantly preceding and following one another. Well, now that we've done that, we've got a couple more patterns to go. We've got D, open D string right here, but the 1 and the 2 have to come up because it's the B string, and now we're in a situation where we need to add our 3, 5, 6, 1, which would be here, and then our 3 and our 5 would be right there as well. So this whole pattern can be actually done down here also. It's the same scale. So now we have, with the 5 pentatonic patterns, we have one more to go. So that's starting with this 2 here. In this case, we can see, we're going to copy the 5 over here. The 1 and 2 will come with it. Why? Because that's what finishes it. And then that right there. So probably the easiest thing to remember about a pentatonic scale is this 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2 box, or 4, 5, 5, 7, 1, 5, 3, 4 box. And then after that, we've got these 2 more strings to remember, and let's get rid of that. And that it is a continuous pattern. The only thing that holds it up or changes it is the B string and then the edges of the instrument. If we were to write like a complete, an ongoing grid, and imagine that everything was tuned in fourths and there was no B string roll, we would see that continuous 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, then 3, 6, 1, then 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, and then 3, 5, 6, 1, so on and so forth. And it would create a pattern. But try to make your major scales using this as a, trying not to remember how you learned them or your memorization, but just trying to build it based off this. I hope that made sense to you, and I hope that it helps shed some light on how you see your pentatonics in the future. Good luck with it, and let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Thanks. Bye.